Everyone's heard of Jurassic Park. But what if science fiction became reality? What if, right now, we had the technology to bring a dinosaur back to life? Could we really clone a T-Rex? What would it take? And more importantly, should we? Let's dive into the science and the consequences of cloning a dinosaur today. Cloning, in basic terms, means making a genetically identical copy of an organism. We've already done it with sheep. Remember Dolly in 1996? But dinosaurs? That's a whole other level. Dinosaurs lived over 65 million years ago. DNA, the molecule we need to clone them, degrades over time. Most experts agree that after about 6.8 million years, DNA is too broken down to be useful. So unless we get extremely lucky, say, finding frozen dinosaur tissue preserved in amber or permafrost, we won't be cloning any velociraptors anytime soon. But what if we cheat a little? Some scientists believe we might be able to reconstruct dinosaur DNA by comparing it with their closest living relatives, birds. Yes, chickens are technically tiny, feathered descendants of theropod dinosaurs like T-Rex. By reversing genetic evolution, switching on dormant genes, researchers could theoretically engineer a chickenosaurus. Not a real dinosaur, but close. In fact, Harvard geneticist Jack Horner is working on this exact idea. Let's say, somehow, we did it. We cloned a dinosaur. Maybe a small herbivore like a Protoceratops. Or, more dramatically, a Tyrannosaurus rex. Where would we even keep it? Zoos aren't built for 15-ton predators. Their bones alone would crush steel enclosures designed for lions or elephants. And feeding it? A single adult T-Rex could eat up to 500 pounds of meat in a day. That's thousands of dollars in food, every day. Beyond logistics, there's the environmental risk. Dinosaurs evolved in a completely different world, hotter, more humid, with higher oxygen levels. Cloning one today would be like dragging a polar bear into a desert. The modern Earth might be completely unlivable for a dinosaur. And introducing ancient species into today's ecosystems could spell ecological disaster. Imagine a raptor population exploding because we underestimated their ability to breed or hunt. Then there's the ethics. Would cloned dinosaurs be animals or scientific experiments? Would it be moral to create a living creature just to observe it in a cage? What if it was in constant pain because its biology didn't match today's environment? Could we be playing God with no idea of the consequences? Enter CRISPR, the genetic editing tool that lets us cut and paste DNA like a word processor. Some scientists suggest that instead of cloning from scratch, we could use CRISPR to modify bird embryos, reactivating ancient genes to grow tails, teeth, or claws, traits birds lost millions of years ago. This wouldn't create a real dinosaur, but it could give us something close, a genetically engineered hybrid. But let's get wild for a second. What if the clone escaped? Would it be like Jurassic Park? Unlikely, but not impossible. A small, clever predator like a Deinonychus could pose a real threat in a suburban setting. One rogue dinosaur is dangerous. A breeding population? That's the start of a new invasive species, one we'd never be able to control. So why even try? For science. For medicine. For curiosity. Cloning extinct species, known as de-extinction, could help us understand evolution, extinction, and maybe even save endangered species. But cloning a dinosaur? That's symbolic. It's about proving how far we've come and how careful we need to be with our power. So, could we clone a dinosaur today? Maybe not yet, but we're getting closer. And when we do, the question won't just be how, it'll be should we? What do you think? Should humanity bring back the dinosaurs or let them rest in peace? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay curious.